G'day! In today's video I've got an Asus TUF A15 with the model number FA507R. And what I want to do is add a 1TB NVMe SSD in there, and I'm going to be using a Phillips head screwdriver to get in, and anything along the way I'll also point out. But today's main mission is to get that NVMe in there. And then off camera, I'm going to be using a Cronus True image to clone from the old, or current boot drive, which is a 500 gig NVMe. Or at least that's what I'm expecting to find. And I'll be cloning it to a new 1TB, which then will become the primary operating system with Windows on it. And then I'll format the 500 gig, and it can be a secondary drive. Now these screws really don't want to leave. There we go. Now will these front screws be any smaller? So far they're all mostly the same. One of them does look slightly fatter. I don't know if it's just the angle that I'm looking at it. There we go. There. This one's to undo as well. No, that's not really wanting to come out, that one. Tweezers. Yeah. Okay. Now, I'll start from this end. I want to try and pop a corner. Not quite. Grab a guitar pick. There we go, and we are in. That screw didn't really want to leave, so I don't know if that's a screw that's meant to pop the corner first. It probably was actually, but a bit late now. Now, what do I see? So far not a lot of cooling and a bit of cleaning that's needed on these two. So I'll do that soon. First I want to disconnect the battery, which I can do by pushing the small metal tab forward, like that, and then pull this up. Just best to disconnect the battery if you're going to do any work on here. Have a look under here. There we go. What do we see? 2 sodium slots, 1 NVMe drive here, 1 slot available over here, 1 battery that's disconnected. If I pull these metal bits out here on this one and lift up, I'm not actually sure what RAM we got. I don't think we are. Let's compare the pair. We have some DDR5, I believe, because that's some DDR4. So a sodium DDR5 slot. And when we put it in, we want to make sure this notch here matches up with the notch here or here. So right now, if I flick it around, slide it into the groove, putting it in on about a 45-degree angle, if not slightly lower, then pull down. It should lock into position. Like so. I'll put this back on. Now the NVMe installation is pretty straightforward. The screw comes out. So I'm just using a WD Green 1TB, just a fairly budget NVMe, but it does the job just fine. It slides into here, it has this little notch here that matches up. It slides in, push down, and put the screw in. If you were just simply adding that in to here and going into Windows, you would want to go into disk management and tell it to format the drive. Otherwise this won't show up on your computer. I'll be back. I'm just going to give this a blowout. And now I want to reconnect the battery. This just pushes down into that groove, pull the tab towards me. Done. Fold that back over. And now I'm right to put the bottom cover back on. While I do have it open, actually, I'll just check the tightness of these screws. They do like to wiggle loose over time. Okay. Should be right to go back on. Wind up. Push down. There we go. Now, did end up with one single long screw. Not too sure where he's from. Let's figure it out along the way. Nope, too short there. Just fine here. I'll assume just slot. We all click together? Yes, we are. That one there does seem to be longer than the rest too. So two long ones go up here.